It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Next on Madden Football.
From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Kansas City. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
A give to Pacheco to start the drive. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Right back to Pacheco. He's contained at the line for no gain. Josh Hines-Allen, that time to haul him down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Running back sent in motion left. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Throwing again, Mahomes. The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Back to the air, Mahomes. Good gain here as he heads out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Pacheco will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Drew Tranquill brings him to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Counter give to Etienne. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Running it after the penalty. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Couple yards there on 2nd down, and now a long ways to go on 3rd.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They motion the slot man right. Now a give. It's Brown headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he's just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, Etienne gets it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Lawrence working from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. We're back for the start of the 2nd quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Design bootleg here. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Jaguars finish off their opening drive. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars start off well to tie things 7-7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from the 41. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Another throw for Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life. Timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Again, Mahomes to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll throw it again. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on first. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They go right back to ETN. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Connects on the crosser. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense is having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
First down throw, Mahomes. Finds his man, Rice. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. A counter give here to Pacheco. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Motioning the tight end left. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10 from the 41. Rice, the motion man right. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
They'll come up first and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have second down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
A second down throw for Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now it's Mahomes. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Chiefs driving. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Up and good from Blankenship. And they've taken back the lead.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jaguars then running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion headed right. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Looking right, and he finds him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Sticking to the air with Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got Brown on the slant. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Lawrence working from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. So that brings us to halftime here in KC. It's the Chiefs who've got the advantage heading into the locker rooms. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jaguars back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. They're out and set, first and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. Halfway there on first down, that brings up second and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with third down and 3. Throwing from the gun here. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now a give to Etienne running right. And they had that one contained right at the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Etienne again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Chiefs' offense set to take over again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Kelsey makes the catch. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 37. Cut by Hunt. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete, here's Brown. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They send a tight end in motion. From the 18 on 2nd down. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They've got a man in motion. Throwing again, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Jaguars returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying it right side with Etienne. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now give, it's Etienne headed left. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt, and it'll be Jaguars football. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Lawrence to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Now a handoff for Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running left with Pacheco. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. It's Pacheco again.
You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play, but they will take that execution every time.
Ball at the 33 for first down. To the air, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. From the 26 on 2nd down. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and just 2 to go. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Kate, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The visitors and Brian Thomas Jr. readying for another drive on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence now off the play action. Able to find Strange here. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play. just like that.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Got him in, it's Thomas. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Jaguar first down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Jaguars down by a touchdown. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Here he is to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Desperation time here on 4th. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Here he is to throw. Rolling left by, and they got there in time. He's taken down. And the pressure drives them backwards.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. It's 2nd and goal. Motioning left is Thomas. Setting up to pass. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw. And they connect on the touchdown to claw back in these final moments. And an extra point will win this game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
This to take the lead in the final seconds. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Now the kick team out to steal away the lead with a point after. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Kansas City.